Problem 34, a single die is rolled twice. The 36 equally likely outcomes is shown to the right. I prefer to think of this as we roll two different dies, one and then the other. And it's the same problem mathematically if I roll two different ones or I roll one die twice. My first roll right here, I'm going to call that the yellow die. And the second roll is the purple die. So instead of the roll one twice, I have, now I'm going to ignore the little die in the middle. I'm just looking at the outside die. There are 36 outcomes. What can happen, the yellow die could be a 1, and the purple die could be a 1. I'm cheating. Let me find the 1 right there. So that's this outcome. I could have the yellow die a 1 and the purple one a 2. Mathematically, that is different from the yellow one being a 2 and the purple one being a 1. That's right here. So 1, 2 is different from 2, 1. And each die can land 6 different ways. So the total number of outcomes, I'll write this, even though they gave it to me in the problem, I'll write this. 6 times 6. The yellow die, 6 ways. The purple die, 6 ways. 6 times 6, 36. That's where they get the 36 from. On this one, find the probability of getting 2 odd numbers. I'm going to use my highlighter, 2 highlighters, and say, okay, odd. The yellow one, odd, is this whole top row. It's 1. That's not all, though. The yellow one is odd, is the row with all 3s in the first spot. And the yellow one, odd, is the rows with all 5 in the first spot. The purple one, odd. They said both odd. 2 odd numbers. The purple one, odd, could be a 1. And the purple one, odd, could be a 3. And the purple one, odd, could be a 5. If they're both odd, I'm looking where the 2 shadings, where the highlighter overlaps. How many are there with that? I have 1, 1, 3, 1, 5, 1, 1, 3, 3, 3, 5, 3, 1, 5, 3, 5, 5, 5. There are 9 possibilities where they're both odd. So the probability of getting 2 odd numbers is 9 over 36, and that will reduce to 1/4. Number 35. Another die problem, another dice problem. Now they have it as a single die is rolled twice. The 36 equally likely outcomes is shown to the right. Find the probability of getting 2 numbers whose sum is 5. Well, that could be 4 plus 1, 3 plus 2, 2 plus 3, and 1 plus 4. That would give me a sum of 5. There are 4 possibilities. to get a sum of 5. Anything else? Notice that that sum is on a diagonal. So 4 over 36, and that'll reduce to 1/9.